We left off Chav Zayin. That was the last Rashi we did. We spoke about the Nisim. Cable stuff. Pasuk Lamed. Pasuk Lamed. Vayakhel. V'yom Moshe el Bnei Yisrael. Moshe said to Yisrael, "Ooh, Kor Hashem b'Shem B'Tzalel." You should see, meaning seeing. You should say Kor Hashem and say what's Ooh, meaning you must understand with absolute clarity that this is fact. B'Tzalel ben Uri b'Echud Mati Yehuda. The Midrash I spoke at yesterday mentioned that when Moshe Rabbeinu said to Klal Yisrael that the B'Tzalel was going to oversee the Mishkan, so they said, sure, Moshe is the Melech, his brother is the Kohen Gadol, his children are the Skani Kohanim. It's all nepotism. It's nepotism. So Moshe Rabbeinu says, no, it's from Hashem, and he says, see who B'Tzalel is. Means B'Tzalel has a capability that none of you have. So that's the rule. Rule means that because there was a question, you have to see yourself why he's the one who's qualified to be the one to oversee the Mishkan. Rukor Hashem b'Shem B'Tzalel b'Shem B'Tzalel ben Uri ben Chud Mati Yehuda. It's interesting, there are two Medrashim. One Medrash says, why did B'Tzalel merit to be endowed with such Chochmah and Ruach HaKodesh and so on and so forth to be able to build the Mishkan? So I always mention the Medrash. The Medrash says that, what is it comparable to? A king had a general, and the general dedicated his life for the glory of the king, and then the king wants to reward the general for his service, and then the general is killed in battle. So he says, I will reward his descendants. And that's the reason why it says Tzchur was killed because of the Chet Egel, because he tried to stop it, which was a Kiddush Hashem. Therefore, B'Tzalel, that's why it's mentioned, B'Tzalel ben Uri ben Chur. We go back to Chur, because of Chur, that's what B'Tzalel was, except there are two other Medrashim. It's the Yalkut and Mishnah and Chumah that says Vayiru HaMiyaldas es Elokim. The Miyaldas, they feared Hashem, they didn't kill the males. So it says Vayaslim Botim. Hashem made for them houses. It says Yocheved was Zocher to Bote Kun and Bote Levio. And Miriam was Zocher to Malchus. Right? Except the Medrash says differently. The Medrash says that Yocheved was Zocher that her son should be Melech. Moshe was Melech. And her son, and the other son was Kohen. What was Miriam Zocher to? That her grandson should be the one to oversee the Mishkan. So the Chur is not for what Chur did, but since Chur was the son of Miriam, as a result of that, that's the reason, that was the linkage to Miriam, that's the Batim. V'yamale also Ruach Elokim, he was filled with Ruach, that's Ruach HaKodesh. B'chochma, b'svuna, b'das, u'b'chol malocha. So Rashi makes it a point, Chur b'no shel Miriam hoya. V'lachshav machshavos, lasos bazov. What's the lachshav machshavos? Means this is to be able to infuse it with the proper thought. Lasos bazov, b'kesem l'choshes, u'b'charoshes even, l'balos b'charoshes eitz, lasos chom lechs machshavos. U'lohoros nosa and the libo, and to be able to rule, meaning whether something was sufficient or not, Hashem put into his heart. He and Oliyav ben Matidon. He identifies his Matidon for 2 seconds. Oliyav Mishevedon min Ayirud Mishemshvatim, from the least of the Shvatim, Mnei Ashvochos. So you have the most prestigious person, most prestigious pedigree, which is Yehuda, and you have Oliyav who comes from Mishevedon, which are from the Shvochos. V'Shvei Mokob B'Tzalel, and the Torah equates the two. L'Melechas Mishkan V'Hu Migdolei Ashvotim. L'Kayim Mashinema V'Lo Nikar Shua Lefnei Dol, that the Shua, the prince, is not recognized in the presence of the Dol, the impoverished one. That even though Oliyav was from Don, we don't differentiate between the two. They both oversaw the Mishkan. Go ahead.
question is in the order, the reason the pasuk uses the order that it does, and it's talking about how he was built. I would think you would say the smallest thing and then the greatest thing.
Again.
It says, B'malei also Ruach Elokim. Ruach Elokim is...
No. Ruach Elokim, that's all encompassing. Ruach Elokim touches B'chochmo, B'svuna, B'das, B'chom Melocha. The Ruach Elokim comes on where did the Chochma come from?
Mm-hmm.
That was endowed through the Ruach Elokim. The Svuna, the ability to apply it, where did that come? That was Ruach Elokim. B'das, Das is already, that's the... Right. They're consequences of Ruach Elokim. He instructed them how to... Well, he instructed them how to be creative in the various areas. I mean, it says the artisans made it. So what did he do? No, not the blueprint. Moshe Rabbeinu gave him the blueprint.
Right.
So he advised them exactly how to do it and what to have in mind. But we had, Godel Omer Agabov, right? To instruct a child how to do something. This is like Godel Omer Agabov. The Tzal was the one who instructed them that exactly what to have in mind when they did it. Milei Osam, Chochmas Lev, Lasos Kol Leches Chorosh V'Choshev, V'Rokei Batcheles, V'Argomon Tolashoni Psheish V'Orei Kosim Melocha V'Chosh V'Achshavos. This is something interesting here, the Rechaim HaKodesh, which is a little contrary to what Reb Chaim Brisker said. Somebody once came to Reb Chaim Brisker, and he said over something, certain insight he had, and he couldn't explain it well. So Reb Chaim said, I don't understand what you're saying. He says, I know what I'm understanding, I just have the ability to express it, to explain it. So Reb Chaim says, if you don't have the ability to explain it, that's an indication that you fully don't grasp it. Because if you fully understand something, then you could explain it. That's Reb Chaim. Over here, there's no Reb Chaim HaKodesh. In Lamed Daled, it says, Ulahoros nosen libo. Right? And what's Lahoros? What rulings? He says, Pirish, it's terrific. L'tzachish chachom rabim, shetia chochmos belibo levad. They have chachomim, they have wisdom, but it's limited to themselves. Shlo yodu lamdo. They don't have the ability to teach it, to teach the chochmah. He gave him the ability to teach how to be the goldsmith and how to be the silversmith and how to be the cabinet maker and the dyer and the weaver. His skill, chochmas halimud. Hashem implanted in their hearts to have the ability to be the master to teach the apprentice. That's what it was. So you see over here that a person can have the ability to know, but he can't teach, unless maybe you can differentiate. Chaim's saying if you want to communicate an understanding, if you understand it sufficiently, you communicate. This is how to teach. A person, let's say, is a phenomenal goldsmith. To be able to mentor a person as a goldsmith, it has nothing to do with the understanding. Because it has to do with, let's say a person reads about goldsmithing. The whole time brings it somewhere else. Or craftsmanship. You can read it from today forever. Unless you practice over an extended period of time, you don't have the agility of the hands, the ability to develop what you have to develop. You know, you understand. And when you see an expert, you understand he's the expert the way he's crafting whatever it may be. Because the Chofetz Chaim says in regard to Lashon Hara, it's not enough just to learn the laws. You have to. It's a process. By restraining yourself, suppressing it, that itself causes that the person should become adept and fully in control of his mouth. I mean, the Baal Turim says exactly what the Rechaim HaKodesh is saying. He says, Lahoros, V'idach Lahoros is Bnei Yisrael Shoi B'tzal Yodea Lahoros Bnei Yisrael B'chol Minei HaChochma. He was able to advise him regarding the Chochma, how to apply it, and so on and so forth. The Baal Turim. Okay, let's see tomorrow.